Welcome to Etown Everywhere podcast. I'm Nellie, your co-host. This is episode 18 of Etown Everywhere, a podcast featuring fun facts and friends from around the world. The show is brought to you by Elizabethtown College's Office of International Student Services.
Hello everyone, I'm your co-host Luke, and each week we will be taking you on an adventure around the world. This week's featured country is Spain. We have a special interview with Nellie who will be talking about our featured country.
Taking a swim across the big pond to our featured country, here's some fast, fun, fantastic facts about Spain. The official name of Spain is officially known as the Kingdom of Spain. The Spanish name for Spain is España. Spain is the second largest country in the EU. Spain was once a number of separate kingdoms with different languages. The United Nations projects that Spain will be the world's oldest country by 2050. The first novel is attributed to the Spaniard Spain Cervantes' Don Quixote, written in 1605, and is considered to be the first modern novel. Spain produces over half of the world's olive oil. Spain produces a large amount of renewable energy, including wind power and solar power.
Hearing about all those fantastic fast facts makes me want to move to Spain. But before I do, I would like to know what kind of climate and weather to expect. In Spain, you can expect the weather and climate to be different in 3 different climate zones in Spain. Visitors can generally expect a Mediterranean climate, characterized by hot, dry summers and mild, rainy winters. The vast central plateau has more continental-influenced climate with hot, dry summers and cold winters. Now let's hear from someone who knows a lot about Spain. I'm here in the studio with my co-host Nellie, who studied abroad in Spain, and on behalf of the Etown Everywhere podcast, I would like to give her a warm welcome. Nellie is a Spanish education pre-K to 12 major in the class of 2017. First off, let's talk a little bit about the country of Spain. So what's one thing that Spain is best known for in your opinion?
I'd say that Spain is best known for its food, like tapas and tortilla española, which is like everyone who goes to Spain has tortilla española, which is a Spanish omelet, and flamenco. Definitely flamenco. I took a flamenco course while I was abroad, and that was interesting. So I'd say like just the food and just like dances and like different kinds of music, like Enrique Iglesias, just musicians in general. I'd say what Spain is best known for.
What is a misconception about Spain that you think people have?
A misconception, I think, would be that everyone's lazy and that the Spanish are cold because, you know, something else like I didn't mention, but like siestas, or like people say, oh, go to Spain, take a siesta. And so people attribute that to being lazy, and that's not true. Like the Spanish are really hardworking. They just have a different work schedule, and that just reflects their culture. And the Spanish aren't cold. They're just really blunt, and that's just a part of their culture too, but they can be really warm. Like I was really nervous about my host mom being mean, but she was so kind and so warm, so that's just like part of the culture too. So they're definitely not cold and not lazy.
Where in Spain did you study abroad?
I went to Valladolid, España, which is a city 3 hours north of Madrid. Not well known, but it was the former capital of Spain at one point.
Oh, that's interesting. Did Spain live up to your expectations?
Spain definitely did live up to my expectations because I had no expectations really, and so it was amazing. I learned so much about the culture, and I feel as though my Spanish improved a lot. I learned a lot of local slang, and so much. I never realized how beautiful the Spanish culture is, because it's not something that's very prominent here in the States. Like we have lots of Mexican culture and different Latin American countries represented in the United States, that I never really thought much about Spanish culture. So it was amazing and definitely lived up to my expectations. I built up more expectations and that was really cool.
What are some laws that you found strange in Spain?
Laws that I found strange in Spain. Well, they have this law, I don't know if it's just an apartment thing, but you have to keep quiet after 10 p.m. It's illegal to make any sort of really loud noise in your apartments, and they can call the police, and the police can fine you. And so that's like very interesting because my friends and I were going to rent an apartment, and we were going to have like an evening kind of dinner party. And my host mom said, "Oh, just be careful, don't be too loud because you don't want the police to fine you for being loud." And I thought like, wow, that's like scary. So I didn't know that was like a thing, but I can't think of any other laws that are strange.
What are some similarities and differences between the United States and Spain that you saw?
Well, the siesta is definitely a difference. They have this thing where all of the stores, typically in smaller cities like the city I was brought in, where everything's closed from 2 to 5, and so you're expected to just be at home, and that's when you eat with your family. And so no one's out working, so if you're hungry you have to like wait until stores open and just eat at home and take a nap. And that's why most people do take a nap, because there's nothing else to do during that time. And a similarity between the United States and Spain, I'm trying to think. A similarity, well, it's a very like, I don't know, like it's pretty modern. Like the city's modern, like just the whole country. It's a first world country, so it's like really similar to the United States, and it's not anything, just people everywhere. So I can't think of anything else. I'm sorry.
We can all read on the internet about Spain, but it probably won't be completely accurate. So could you tell me how you would describe Spain?
I would describe Spain as being a very welcoming and exciting place to be. There's so much to do, and the Spanish really value their time and care a lot about family and friends. And I feel like here in the US, we are always concentrating on doing things now. Things have to be done now. I have to go to this meeting, I have to do this and that. And in Spain, I felt so relaxed, and I really missed that. And so just like a really relaxing and fun and not so stressed out place. So that's how I would describe Spain.
That leads me into my next question, which is, what do you miss most about Spain?
I just miss the relaxing atmosphere, because everything was relaxed, and sometimes it's not a good thing because things have to get done, but people don't really care about deadlines. But I miss just not being stressed out, because even like in the academic world here in the US, everything's very strict, and there are lots of rules. And in the school I was studying abroad at in Spain, everything, like my professors were so lenient, and I wasn't stressed out. Like if I forgot to hand in something that day, I could always hand it in the next day. Points were not taken off, and so everything was just really relaxing. I think that's really good, and I wish people were a bit more relaxed here because people are too uptight.
And do you have any fun stories related specifically to the culture in Spain that you'd like to share?
Any fun stories? Let me think. Well, I did take a flamenco class in Spain, and flamenco is something that Spain's known for, and it comes from Spain, and I hated the class, and so I'd have to go once a week, and it was so uncomfortable. But the girls who were in my dance class with me were really nice, and just it was funny because like the dance class is in Spanish, and so I think I'm pretty good at Spanish, but I'm not really coordinated, and just like thinking left foot 1 2 3, and so like oh my gosh, I couldn't even look at myself in the mirror because I thought I probably looked really stupid just dancing there. But it's not really a funny story, but just something that was really interesting, and I like even now looking back at it, I'm just like, that's really cool. I did that. I took flamenco in Spain, so I think that's really cool. But nothing else really comes to mind.
All right, well, thank you so much to Nellie, my co-host, for coming and chatting with me about her experience in Spain. Speaking of students from around the world, and students in general, here are 5 wacky, worldly, wonderful words of wisdom for studying abroad in Spain for this week. Number 1, don't stay inside a bubble of people from your own country. Number 2, don't let fear keep you from using your Spanish. Number 3, don't expect stores to be open 24/7. Like Nellie said, there's siestas. Number 4, don't go out to dinner at 7 p.m. Spaniards don't eat dinner until 9 at the earliest. Number 5, don't miss out on traveling within Spain.
Coming back to information about this week's featured country, Spain, here are some famous artists from Spain. Enrique Iglesias, Radio Futura, Jesse Joy, Sal Gorda, y Mecánico.
Welcome to this Etown Everywhere news brief. In our featured country of Spain, here are 5 reasons why autumn is the very best season in Spain. Number 1 is the colors, with so many wooded areas of outstanding natural beauty to be found in Spain. You are never too far from those stunning autumn colors. Number 2, the wine. You may have missed the wine harvest, which usually takes place in early September, but autumn is a fantastic time to tour some of Spain's vineyards. Number 3, the mushrooms. Autumn is wild mushroom season in Spain, so why not grab a basket and spend some fun autumn time foraging for some tasty fungi. Number 4, hearty food. As soon as the temperature drops, it's nice to cozy up to some warm Spanish cuisine in autumn. And finally, number 5, the chestnuts. Malaga has its own chestnut festival on October 31st and November 1st. Okay, everyone, it's time for your favorite part of the show. Drumroll, please. The joke of the week. What followed the dinosaur? Its tail. That was hilarious. I can't wait until next week to get another laugh in.
Idioms are a group of words that don't really mean what they say. What they actually say can sometimes seem silly. If you don't know the special meaning of an idiom, you won't understand what someone is trying to say. Here is our idiom of the week. Smoke and mirrors, which means to deceive and confuse people.
Thank you for listening to Etown Everywhere, a podcast featuring fun facts and friends from around the world. This show is brought to you by Elizabethtown College's Office of International Student Services. If you would like additional information about this week's podcast, please contact the Office of International Student Services at oiss@etown.edu or at 717-361-1594. I'm your co-host Luke, and remember, never stop exploring the world around you. Have a terrific day.